You're on mute. Let's see, can I might have muted, well, I did mute everybody, but let me see if I can unmute you. It's not letting you. No, it won't let me unmute.
Okay, it let me
There
now.
you go. Okay, now I can hear you. All right, here we go. Perfect.
All right. Hi, Emily. Good to see you again. Thanks for having me today. I am Carrie Brand. I am the Resource and Program Support Specialist for New Hampshire Family Voices. We are a small organization located in Concord, but we work statewide to provide resources for children with special health care needs. So today I'm going to walk you through our website, which is a new, brand new version of a website that we had for years and years. So we're all still learning a little bit about how to navigate it. But I'm hoping that along the way, as I show you the website, I'll also be able to introduce you to our organization and what we do. So kind of a combination, 2-in-1 overview of what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and share the website and go through that with you all. Let me know, Emily, if you can't see my screen or if anything goes wonky when I try to do this.
Will do.
Just because I'm using the Teams through the browser.
Okay.
Okay, can you all see this?
Yes.
Okay. And I can't see you now. So if there are questions in the chat, Emily, if you can just stop me and let me know. And,
yeah,
this is informal. So anytime anyone has a question, just kind of shout and stop me and we'll go through that with you.
Perfect.
So yeah, so as I go through this, the website with you a little bit, you'll learn a little bit more about who New Hampshire Family Voices is or are, what resources we have and how we can help you do the work that you do, and how to, kind of use our website to find what you need. So our mission here is right on the first page. This is exactly what we do. But we end up helping pretty much anyone who needs help or has a question about anything family needs related. So the most important thing I can share with you is that we have a call center. You can usually reach someone at New Hampshire Family Voices every day of the week during the weekdays between around like 9 and 3. So we do live answer the phone. So, I'm going to show you our website, but if you're ever like, I just can't find what I need, then just give us a call. Or if you're working on a difficult case and need to talk it through or brainstorm or need ideas, that's what we're here for. And we are also here for families to call us directly. So you can pass along our information as well to them. So what I wanted to start with is just our contact information, which is right here under the About Us section. And if you scroll down, there's a form you can fill out. So sometimes this is easier for people just working with us through email, and someone will get back to you within 24 hours. Also, our email address is here and our phone number. So, okay. What else do we have underneath About Us? Is just a little bit more about our mission statement, who our staff are, if we ever have any job openings, that's all the good stuff that's here. But the things that I really want to show you all are under how we can help. So again, we're primarily focused on families with special health care needs, but we do really provide help to anyone who is working with a family and needs help just navigating whatever resources they might need. So for example, we do get a lot of calls about children with autism. That seems to be like a lot of the calls we're getting right now, just to give you an idea. So some of our resources that are always available, you can find over here on the left. And the two that I want to point out to you right now is our private Facebook group for families, which can be really helpful, and you all are welcome to join that as well. And that's where you can get really specific, because there's no better resource than the families who are working on these things themselves. So people will post there if they're looking for a certain piece of medical equipment, a special kind of diaper, all kinds of very highly specific questions. And that's a great resource, because usually someone somewhere will chime in about how they found it and where to find it. Or, advice. A lot of people ask for advice in there about things like Medicaid applications, which is another thing that we do help people with. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. So we have that private Facebook group for families. We also have a lending library, and I'll show you that. That's one of the really unique things about us, is that we maintain a library of children's books and books for adults as well. But I like to highlight our kids' books. And they're very specific to children's healthcare issues. So there's things like helping kids prepare to go to the dentist, or helping kids prepare for surgery. Some of them are about social skills. We also have books about transitioning from pediatric to adult healthcare. We have just some great unique books for children that are really hard to find. And you can borrow those from us for free. And I'll just show you here. You can search for the books you're interested in here by keyword. Then you would just add the books you want to your cart, and there's a little form you fill out, and then they're just mailed to you. And then they come with a prepaid envelope, so you can just mail them back when you're done. And the children's books can be great for making, not just for kids, but also for making information understandable to families, especially if they might be English language learners, or just, not as familiar with all of the medical jargon. So here you can search by category, or you can be specific. And this lists all the topics, but you can also obviously enter in your own search. Any questions so far? Okay, so I'll go back here. So we've got the Facebook group, we've got the lending library, and then over here under news and events, two resources I want to highlight for you are that we maintain a calendar of events, and these aren't just our events, these are just things that we hear about that are going on statewide. And so this is an opportunity to learn about different things. Right now, you'll see here the film screening of The Ride Ahead at Red River, which is about a young adult transitioning to adulthood and kind of finding his way, managing his disability on his own. So things like that. But then also we have information sessions for deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind youth. So some are just informational, and then there also are training sessions for different projects that are going on. So lots of things to check on here under events. And then we also have a newsletter which comes out 4 times a year. And if you wanted to sign up for the newsletter, you just scroll down. And so a big thing you'll see with our website is keep on scrolling down, find what you need. And there's a form you can fill out here to get our newsletter. And just to give you an idea, here are some of our issues. We had one for building cross-disciplinary teams to kind of bring all the people to the table together to manage a child's challenges. Then we did one on navigating challenging behavior. And our next one coming up is going to highlight behavioral health for youth and school avoidance. Okay, So that's kind of an overview of our major resources. And then I'm just going to show you a little bit about how to search for things on our website. If you are familiar with our organization from the past, we used to put out a book called Maneuvering the Maze. And that was essentially a book that had most of the resources that are on the website. And the last time the book was put out in hard copy was 2022. So that's still available if anyone would ever like a hard copy of it. But all the information from that book was pulled onto the website. And that's why you'll see here and there, you'll see some repetition on the website or some things that are a little funky because we're still working out the kinks. So if you're ever looking for something on our website, can't find it and end up calling us, please mention to us, hey, I noticed this little glitch or a little repetition, because we're working to fix all those little things that happen when you create a new website. But I did want to show you, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the home of most of the pages, you will find, that's where you'll find the Maneuvering the Maze book, which is available in PDF form on our website. And then there's also a little highlight of upcoming events here if you didn't want to check, if you didn't remember the calendar or you just want to see at a glance what's coming up, and our newsletter sign up again. So we try to have some repetition to make it easier to find your way around. Okay. Any questions so far? And then I'm going to just show you how to find things on the website. There's a few different ways that I want to go over. So one way is you could come up here to the top under how we can help. If you were just browsing and you see that we have resources sorted by age, and I'm just going to click on one of these and show you kind of the general setup of most of our web pages. So if you were, you'll see this throughout the website, but let's say you clicked on, you were looking for resources for children ages 6 to 13. Come on and scroll down. And there's usually a little bit of information at the top. And then you'll see that the information is organized into these rows with each resource having its own, what we call tiles. So this is one way that you can just browse and you can just see some of the types of resources that we provide. Here's information on the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, Education for Homeless Children and Youth. And then at the bottom of each of each row of tiles, you'll see these numbers, and the numbers tell you that there's more to see. So this can be important when you're looking for something specific and you're not seeing it pop up in your search. You can check the second row of tiles, or sometimes there's more than that. And so here's just some different, for example, under homeschooling resources, we have a lot. So there's 4 different rows to look at. And okay, so at the bottom here, you get to search for diagnosis specific information, and you'll find this throughout our website. Okay, so that's one way. You can go up here and just kind of browse the resources. Or I find this actually to be the most helpful way to search things on here, is to go and click on healthcare. And then this has all kinds of information that you might be looking for. This is finding the specific healthcare resources. There's also paying for healthcare. This is where you'll find the information about the different pathways to get on Medicaid. And we get a lot of calls about getting children on Medicaid. So we're always happy to help with that. What are the different pathways? What are the different options? What are the different waivers? If people have problems with, filling out applications, we help with that. If they get, denied and are trying to file an appeal. And we just provide some advice about how best to represent the child's situation so that they have the best chance of getting covered. So, and then we have a section on, all kinds of things under healthcare. So sorry, I hope I'm not making you sick with scrolling here. That's one thing I was afraid of with this walkthrough. If you click on finding healthcare and you scroll down, you'll see that here you can search by category. And really right now, this I have found is the best way to search our website is going to healthcare and looking for the category that you need. So let's say you're working with someone and they need to borrow a wheelchair for a short-term period of time. You would come down here, you kind of scroll around and look, and you see adapted equipment. And then we can click search resources. And it'll take you down to those rows of tiles again. So you can find places that you can check with to see if they can help. So like, for example, this loaner's closet for medical equipment would be an example of a place you might contact. You're also always welcome just to call us and say, I'm looking for this and can you help me? So the website is here as much for you as it is for us to keep track of all the information that we have for helping folks. Is anyone looking for anything specific that they'd like me to just put in here as a category? Just to make this a little interactive. Anything in the chat?
We got it. That's
car
awesome
seats.
from Diana.
Car seats for bigger children.
Car seats. That's a great one. And if we don't have something like that, I'll just make a note. We should add it. All right, so I don't know about that. That's a new one for me. So I'm gonna definitely find out about that. When we are saying bigger children, are we meaning like children that are bigger than the car seat that's appropriate for their age?
Yeah, I have a couple families in my support group that just had to be fitted for bigger car seats because their children needed car seats past the recommended age, and they are giant children, apparently.
Oh my goodness. And where
Another
did they get
thing,
fitted for that?
well, they ended up going through WellSense, and WellSense got it all organized for them. Same thing with the cubby bed.
That's amazing. See, so every time we do something, we learn, and I would love to add something about that to our website. Even if there's, it's just something like contact your MCO and your care, case manager there. And they actually provided them with the car seats?
The car seats, strollers, cubby beds, those are the three things that the families in my support group have all gotten in maybe the last 6 months. And they all, I don't think it's strictly WellSense, but they were all WellSense clients.
That's amazing. So yeah, so we can add, we could add that as a category. I'm not sure what would be the best way, but since you mentioned that support groups too, we also do try to keep track of support groups around the state, which has gotten a little harder since, I'm trying to see where we keep it, which has gotten a little harder since COVID. But this is our support group page. So Diana, if you don't see the support group here, we would love to add it.
It was Mandy, but yeah,
Mandy, sorry.
That's okay. I was
can't
actually,
see you
I
guys,
just
so
looked
I'm
at my
like-
email. I was speaking with someone named Deanna Taylor at Family Voices back in January, and I thought
Yeah.
my group was going to be added then. But if you
okay.
want, I can email you afterwards because we're actually adding a second session because the nighttime session is full.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. And so if you contacted Deanna, it might be on here or it might not have, just depending on the timing of.
It's not.
It's not, because
No, I
probably
looked at my phone.
Okay, we would love to add it now, because probably what happened was the website was being, like, it was in transition at that time, and so probably wasn't, like, the new one wasn't up yet. So I would love to add that. So that's just another way that we can interact together with our resources so that you guys can tell us of any resources that you know, and we can get them out there for folks to help them. Thanks so much, Mandy. Any other questions so far? Or anything anyone else would like to look for in healthcare? A lot of people use, I'll just show you this as our last thing. So I've showed you how to search for specific resources under the healthcare categories. I think I'll pretty much leave it there because you can find most things that way, and I don't want to make it too confusing. Additionally, there is like a little search button right up here at the top where you can also search for things, and we're still working out all of our search terms, but that can be helpful too. And then I'll just show you that we do have a section on paying for health insurance and a lot of resources that kind of explain things about health insurance. So I know that's always a fun time for everybody. So I like to point out that we help with that. Okay, so
May I ask a
think
question real
that's
quick?
it. Yeah, of course.
Is there anything on here? Oh man, I just lost my question.
Oh,
Hang on, I'll be back. I'll be back. I forgot
okay.
it.
Okay, you can always throw it in the chat, and I will respond because I want to stop here for the sake of time. I hope that I've showed you a little bit about who we are and what we do, and that use us as a resource. And what we do too is if we can't, if we don't have the answer right away, we will dig around and find it for you and get back to you, which I know can be helpful because you don't always have the time to do that for your families, and you can use us for that. So yeah, so thanks again so much for having me today, Emily. And Emily, if you could share my email with everybody in the notes.
Yes, I put it in the chat. So
Oh, awesome.
we do have
Perfect.
3 quick questions. I think we'll
Yeah.
have plenty of time for Paula. I'm not trying to cut
Okay.
you short, Paula,
I don't
but there's plenty of time.
I don't
So,
want to trample Paula. Okay.
no, I know. Good. So, first, somebody made a comment that said there is Joey's Closet that is similar to a loaner closet in Nashua, New Hampshire. And so if people have resources, that they would like to be added to the website? And I think you hit on this, but I was also looking at an email, to be honest.
Oh, no, that's good. We got to multitask in this world.
Exactly. Well, someone was having a hard time getting into the meeting. Do they just contact New Hampshire Family Voices, or how would they get that resource added?
Yeah, I mean, probably the simplest way is that you could use that form, the
Okay.
contact us form right here, where you just click on this and scroll down.
Okay.
Would probably be the simplest, and just say, hey, I want to share this resource for the website. And then I think it's Deanna, who somebody mentioned. Deanna monitors all those emails, and she'll just send it to myself or Sam, who's my colleague that also works on the website. So we'll take care of it and get it on there.
Perfect. And then
So that's awesome.
Perfect. And then Shannon asked, is this for all of New Hampshire or local to the Concord area?
Oh, great question. Yeah, no, this is statewide. So we have resources on here from all over the state, and we also can, for example, like we are familiar with the area agency system throughout the state, things like that, and all of that information that we can gather about any resources that are helpful to families from all over New Hampshire are on our website.
Perfect. And then Mandy put her question in the chat here. Said, is there a place on this website that I can send families to that explains the waiver process?
Most likely, I don't want to be searching for it right now, but I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
We are also working on some more right now on some more waiver resources, because there was another organization I believe we were linking to that explained it really well, but I don't think they've updated their information. So we are working right now on putting together our own waiver resources.
Awesome, thank you. And then just a comment here, thanks for the presentation. This is a valuable resource that I never knew about, so perfect.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for having me today. Good to see everybody.
Yes, thank you. So